everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome if you are new. In today's video we're going to be carrying on with this free PDF from Rita Berman. So we're going to do the last little one today, so I'll go ahead and zoom you in and we'll get started. Okay, so the first colour that I'm going to go in with is Cadmium Orange Light. So with the Castle Art pencils there's not that many skin tone colours, so we're going to have to see what we can do. So I'm going to go ahead and just use light pressure at first and add a little bit of a skin tone down, and then we'll see what colours we've got that we can use as like shade colours and things like that. So I'm just going to use light pressure and focus this on the skin areas. Okay, so next going in with Fleshlight 020, we're going to use this as our shade colour because it looks to be a bit darker. So I'm going to start off by darkening up here underneath her hair. And we'll add a little bit of a shadow around her glasses. And then just lift the pressure off to bring that colour down. We'll add a bit of darkness here where her hand comes out of the sleeve, and the same for this hand over here. Okay, and then for this face here I'm going to add some shadow from the hat because that would cast a bit of a shadow down, and then again just lift the pressure off as you come away to blend that out. We'll do the same for this one up here, give her a shadow from a little hat, and the same for this one. And then I'm going to add a little bit of a shadow at the bottom here on her chin and here, and again just lift the pressure as you come up. Next, going in with Scarlet Red, I'm going to go ahead and fill in their little cheeks so that they are bright red. So I'm just going to use normal pressure, fill this in. So sticking with this colour, I'm going to make a start on her little outfit. So I'm going to use normal pressure here and darken up this edge. And then I'm going to lift the pressure off and fill in the opposite side. We'll do the same for this side of the jacket as well. So just use normal pressure there, and then here I'm just going to lift the pressure off, fill the rest of it in, and just make sure there's no harsh blend lines. We'll use this to fill in this little section as well. So I'm just going to fill that bit in there with normal pressure so it's darker because it's pushed a little bit further back. And the same for this section here. And we'll fill in this little piece here. And then we'll go ahead and fill in the bottom piece here too. So I'm just using normal pressure in between these leaves and around the leaves. And normal pressure under the band. And then we'll lift the pressure off and fill in the rest of the section. So next, going in with our white pencil, I'm going to go over where I left the lighter pressure and blend this together and lighten it up ever so slightly. We'll do the same for this side. And anywhere where we left the lighter pressure, just want to go over and just blend it out nicely. Then taking Cadmium Orange Deep, I'm going to go ahead and add some orange to this outfit. So I'm going to fill in this little line here and these little lines on this side. And then I'm going to fill in the top line of this band and the little triangles on here. And we'll do the bottom line of this band as well. Then going in with Marigold, which is slightly a lighter orange, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the other sections here. So I'm just using normal pressure for that. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in the middle section of the dress. And then I'm going to go back in with Cadmium Orange Deep. And I'm just going to go ahead and darken up the edges. So I'm just using light pressure here and then even lighter as you come in towards the middle. Then taking Van Dyke Brown 069, I'm going to make a start on her hair. So what I'm going to do is use this as our lightest colour. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in all of her hair sections. Then going in with Ivory Black, I'm going to add some shadow to her hair. So what I'm going to do is darken up here where it joins to the bun. And I'm just using light pressure for this because obviously it's going to be dark. And then I'll darken up here in between the flowers. And again here we'll add some shadow around the flowers. And then we'll add a bit of shadow here, right under the underneath of the hair. And then we'll just add a little bit to this top edge here. And a little bit to this outside edge there. Then I'm going to go back in with Van Dyke Brown and just go ahead and make sure that there's no harsh lines. So just give that a little bit of a blend. Then going back in with Scarlet Red, I'm going to go ahead and fill in these little petals up here so that this is a nice bright red flower. And then taking Cadmium Orange Deep, I'm going to fill in the centre. Next, taking Cobalt Blue Light, I'm going to use really light pressure, but I'm just going to add a little bit of a blue tint to her glasses. Okay, next going in with Lavender, we're going to make a start on her outfit here. So I want to go ahead and do a base coat on this first. So I'm just going to use light pressure again and go ahead and add this colour down. Then taking Heather Purple, which is a darker colour, I'm going to go ahead and add the shade in. So I'm going to darken up here where we've got these little creases and just lift the pressure as you come away. We'll add some here underneath her sleeve. And then again, just lift the pressure as you come away. And then we'll add some here along this edge and lift the pressure as you come away. And the same up here. And then we'll add a little bit of shading around her hand. And again, lift the pressure as you come away. And then I'm going to add a shadow down this right hand side. So just normal pressure all along this edge here. And then again, start to lift the pressure as you come away. And then we'll add a little bit of shade just up here as well. And I suppose we should put some shadow here from the sleeve too. Okay, so then going back in with lavender, I'm going to go ahead and go over this bottom section here and see how it's looking. So I'll just use normal pressure, go ahead and fill that in. Okay, and that's quite nice. You can still see the different colours. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of her little outfit, just using normal pressure. Take it over the darker purple as well. Okay, and I think we'll do a hat matching. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in a hat using lavender, and I'm just going to use normal pressure for this because I know that the shadow colour is dark enough to show up. So I'll go ahead and fill this in. And then taking Heather Purple, we'll add some shade. So I'm going to darken up the bottom rim here, just so that's a little bit darker. And then again, we'll add some shadow down this right hand side. And just lift the pressure as you come over. And then going back in with Ivory Black, I'm going to do her hair all black. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill it all in using the black pencil. And then we can add some highlights with our Posca pen after. Okay, so next going in with Rose Pink, we're going to move on to our next little lady. And I think we'll do this one pink. So I'm going to go ahead and use Rose Pink to do a base coat on her little hat. So I'm just going to use light pressure here and go ahead and fill this in. And then I'm going to use this colour to do a base coat on her little belt, so that matches her hat. And I think we'll use it to do this little trim as well on here. So I'll just use light pressure again and add this pink colour onto there. So next going in with Cherry Pink 032, I'm going to start to add some shading. So we'll start with her, what's it called? I've forgotten. We'll start with her belt. So I'm going to go ahead and add this colour to the edges. Just using normal pressure. And then I'm going to lift the pressure off as you come towards the middle, so that we're left with a light patch down the middle. So for a hat, I'm going to use the lines that Rita's drawn in to add in the shadow. So I'm going to take it along the bottom there and along this top edge. And then we'll use the lines that she's drawn in as like a bit of a guide. Go ahead and darken them up. And then for the top, we'll add some shadow at the bottom and lift the pressure as you come up. Just go ahead and darken up these edges a bit more. Okay, then going back in with rose pink, I'm going to use normal pressure now and go ahead and blend this all together. Next, taking lemon yellow light, I'm going to make a start on her dress. So I'm just going to use normal pressure and go ahead and fill in her dress so that it's a nice bright yellow colour. Then taking golden yellow deep, I'm going to add some shadow in. So I'm going to give her a bit of shadow underneath her belt and then along here from this lady's coat, and then just lift the pressure as you come away. Give her a bit more shadow up here and then lift the pressure, and some over here from this hat and a bit from the hair. And we'll go back in with Van Dyke brown and fill in her hair, so she's got nice dark brown hair. Okay, next taking mint green light, we're going to make a start on our last little character here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a base coat on her hat. And this is a really nice green colour. So I'm just going to use light pressure for this and go ahead and fill that in. And we will do her little coat to match. So I'm going to do light pressure and fill this in as well. Then taking Phthalo Turquoise 102, we will add some shade to this. So for the hat, I'm going to add some shade in here where we've got the lines that have already been drawn in. So I'm going to take it right up to this left-hand side and then sort of pull it in and lift the pressure as you come over. And then we'll do the same here where we've got these little lines. We'll add a bit of a shadow in there. Okay. And then I'm going to swap back to mint green light and go ahead and fill this in with a bit more pressure so that we can see if this shade colour is dark enough. Okay, yeah, that's standing out quite nicely. I'll just darken it up a little bit more with an extra coat. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So I'm going to stick with Phthalo Turquoise 102 and carry on adding in the shade. So along here would be a little bit darker. And then again, lift the pressure as you go up. We'll add in a little bit of a shade here from this bit of material. And then just lift the pressure as you come away. Do a bit of a shadow here from the arm. And then this bit here would be inside. So I'm going to darken that bit up because it's like the inside of the sleeve. And then I'll just run a little bit of a shadow up there. We'll darken up down here because this would be pushed further back. And we'll add a shadow in under this chickeny type bird. And again, lift the pressure. Darken it up all the way up there. And then lift the pressure. Okay, I think that's enough shadow. So I'm going to go back in with mint green light and go ahead and blend this together. Next, taking cherry pink, I'm going to go ahead and fill in this little flower detail in cherry pink so that it really stands out against the green. And I'm going to use this for the belt as well. So I'm going to do the top strip and the bottom strip. Then taking rose pink, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the middle, so it's a little bit lighter in the middle. Then going back in with our black pencil, I'm going to go ahead and do her hair black. Next, going in with Primrose Yellow 002, I'm going to go ahead and do a base coat on this little bird here. Next, going in with Brilliant Yellow, I'm going to add some shade to our little bird down here. So I'm going to add some here where we've got these little black lines and make this into more of a shadow. And then just lift the pressure as you come away to blend that out. And we'll do the same for the wing. So we'll go over where the black lines are, just darken that up ever so slightly. And then I think we'll just darken up the little feet as well. Next, going back in with Scarlet Red, we're going to make a start on this little lantern decoration here. So I'm going to use this right up against the edges. So this is going to be like the darkest part. So just use normal pressure and go right against the edge. Then take in Brilliant Yellow. We're going to add this into the center so it looks like there's a bit of a glow in there. Take it all the way up to the edge where we've just done the red. Then swap into Red Ochre. We're going to go ahead and add some extra red onto here. So it's a little bit lighter and it should start to blend in with the yellow as well. So for this bit here, I'm just going to go with light pressure and take it over the centerpiece so that we can still see the yellow coming through. And then I'm going to use this to fill in the bottom section as well and the top section there. Then I'll swap back to Scarlet Red and fill in the very top section so that the very top piece is darker. Next, taking Leaf Green Middle, I'm going to make a start on these leaves up here. So I'm going to go ahead and do a base coat on these. So just use light pressure. Go ahead and add this colour down. Then taking Emerald Green, we're going to add some shade to these. So I'm going to go ahead and darken up the center line. So just use normal pressure and just run this through the center of the leaves. Then taking Lavender Light, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the background with this colour. So I'm just going to go ahead and use normal pressure and fill this in. And then going back in with Emerald Green, I'm going to go ahead and fill in these little leaves down here that I missed. Okay, next going in with our Posca pen, we're going to add some highlights to this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is add like a reflection into her glasses. So I'm just going to do like a half circle, just so it looks like the light is catching them a little bit. We'll add a little highlight along the hat where we left the lightest pressure, and I think we'll add a little one up here too. We'll do one on this side, her hat, and then I'm going to add a little highlight into her hair. Then I'm going to use this to fill in the little dots that Rita's done in the background. And I'm going to add a little one to the chicken. And then I'm going to place some random dots over the purple. Okay guys, so that's how this little picture came out. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in the next video.